All right, everybody, today we're going over something absolutely insane, an astounding world record that has definitely shocked the entire community, and to be honest, is very hard to wrap my head around, and that is the most ranked 35s achieved in one season, set by the one and only Spen LC, the team captain for Tribe Gaming, as well as the world champion inside of Brawl Stars. He managed to achieve 10 different rank 35s, and I thought one was hard enough with Mortis. My goodness. So guys, we're about to get into his grind. Let's get straight away into it. Here we go! Alright everybody, so like I said before, Spen managed to achieve 10 different rank 35s in 14 days. That is almost one a day. To think I thought getting Mortis to rank 35 was difficult. My goodness, one brawler to rank 35, this guy gets 10. It's absolutely insane. So what we're going to be doing in today's video is outlining the final game for each of these brawlers, which is Surge, Galil, Karl, Barley, Nita, Pam, Frank, Max, Bo, and Sandy. To see that final moment with each of the brawlers, we're going to be seeing some really high level exciting gameplay. It should be a lot of fun on multiple different game modes, as well as if you guys enjoy what you saw in today's video, you want to check out Spen any further, be sure to go check out the links in the description down below. He is a fantastic player. You guys can learn a lot from his videos that he uploads on YouTube. So guys, without any further ado, let's get straight away into some of these. Here we go! Alright everybody, so getting straight away into the very first one, we're starting off with one of my favorite grinds here, and that is with Frank, because Frank isn't predominantly amazing in the meta. You can play him in Brawl Ball, but other than that, it's pretty tricky to get him to rank 35, and Spen was able to do so fairly easily. As you can see, he's playing with Dredge as well as Quack, but they are fantastic. Dredge scoring the very first goal here, and a lot of the games are actually in Brawl Ball, so the matches are pretty dang fast. We're going to be able to fit all 10 games into this video today. Might be a bit longer, but still awesome. So as you can see, Spen is doing a fantastic job against the Frank as well as the Mortis. He's just ignoring the Mortis because he knows he has Poco on his side to keep him all healed up with the supers as well as the gadgets and the basic attack, the three-way heal. It's so incredibly hard to take out of Frank when you got Poco in the background, but Dredge doing a fantastic job pressuring, using the gadget, supering on two people, shooting once, then another super, and now he's already to his final tier. It was super fast. So Dredge, an amazing Surge player, and Surge is just good in the meta as is. We're pressuring here. Spen has his gadget proc, so he can't be stunned. Looks like he's going to be able to pass it over to Dredge, supered in, and getting that rank 35. Easy peasy, baby. So let's head into the next brawler. Here we go. All right, you guys. So getting into our next one, this time in Gem Grab, and the rank 35 in question is Nita, and I believe this was one of his most recent ones towards the end of the season here. And to be honest, Nita, I feel like isn't crazy hard of a brawler to get to rank 35. She's always really consistent in the meta in the game modes that she's good in, right? Your Gem Grabs. She could play in Brawl Ball. She can play in Heist with Hyper Bear. But this time trying it out in Gem Grab, and I think this is one of my favorite Gem Grab maps. It's really good for Nita. So many different walls where you can pressure the enemy team like Spen is doing right now, taking out the Surge with the help of the Robo Porter there, taking out the enemy Nita, and now we have full control. They're having fun, messing around a little bit here, having a good time because they have full control. And I mean, when you're at this trophy range, when you're one game away and you're playing this well, I'm sure it's a really big sigh of relief. Matchmaking super long and stuff like that, so I'm happy that they got a nice and easy game here. So the comp, as you guys could see, is Karl, Mr. P, and Nita, absent of Surge, which is pretty crazy, but sometimes Surge isn't the best option depending on who you're playing with, right? These guys are doing a fantastic job making sure the Surge doesn't get into his tiers. So Spen playing really good, that hyper aggro Nita getting into their spawn, being annoying, and everyone else playing very well as well. So another rank 35 in the books. That's number 2, and we're going to be heading on. All right, everybody, so getting into our next rank 35, and that is Pam. This time Spen is playing in Brawl Ball, which I feel like Pam is pretty dang good in on certain maps, especially this one where it's pretty wide open. You can get that chip damage rocking, but other than that, I feel like Pam is in like a really sticky situation in the meta, going up against like her Gem Grab mid counterparts like Mr. P, the single shot damage dealers where they're like head faking a lot, hiding behind walls. Pam can't get that really good bursty damage. But the way you're seeing Spen play Pam here is really aggro, right? You're moving around trying to get as close as possible to get as much damage as you can. You're being the initiator here, dropping down the super, eating up some of that Pam damage, using the gadget to try and stay in the fight, going for those team wipes, which the team was able to do here. So as you can see, also rocking Mr. P as well as B. B insanely good on this map for the control, the damage output, and Mr. P always just a good option. But you'll see with a comp like this, most of the time it's control based, and you try to take your opportunity by basically taking out the entire team and finding an opening to score the goal. There's not really an opportune brawler for a ball scorer, right? You just got to go for the whole team wipe, which they were doing just fine there. So Crow jumping in with the gadget, but Pam dropping down the super, healing up, and almost a full team wipe with the Pam. Should be going down, and now it's 3v0. The first one spawning in is Crow, and Mortis spawning in once again. So as you can see, like we were saying before, basically even with a full team wipe, you just gotta get to this portion of the map, you know, the upper third, and then you're pushing the enemy team back. Once you establish some control, take out the enemy team, that's when you're able to score the goal. Sometimes you can get lucky when there's 1 or 2 people left alive. Maybe you can score a nice little cheeky super goal or something like that, but other than that, you're just going for that straight control. Okay, so Spen is getting a little bit lower, but with the help of the station, he's able to hang in there, taking some chip damage from the Pam, but it's offset by the healing from the station as well as the gadgets coming in. B getting a little bit low, but retreating back to the station to heal up a little bit as well. Spen dropping another super over there, knowing that B needs a little bit of assistance closer up to the goal. Crow getting low on the enemy team. This one is drawn out. They're able to score an early goal in the beginning, but a little bit of a difficult time scoring the last goal. But as you can see, I feel like the whole time Spen's team was basically on the upper third of the map, like we were saying before. So relatively easier game on their end and securing the rank 35 Pam. So let's move on. Okay, you guys. So next on the list is Surge. Of course, guys. Surge, probably one of the easier brawlers to get to rank 35 in Brawl Stars. You basically play him on every single game mode, and that's kind of what it comes down to. When you're pushing a rank 35, you have to have the ideal maps to do it. And basically every single map is ideal for Surge. You can make it work with a good comp. So as you can see, Spen going in the left lane. We got Penny as mid and Barley on the right side in lane for that control chip damage. But we are up against an enemy Mortis, which can be a little bit troublesome for Barley. But with the gadget, along with the pretty consistent chip damage up against a Mortis, Barley's not going to have too hard of a time. And as you can see, they are constantly switching lanes, trying to make it ideal for Barley, but the enemy team is also doing so, but still doing just fine here. So it's 4-2. Enemy team is actually playing pretty decent here. It's pretty much so stalemate, nothing crazy happening, just the consistent gem gathering. But Mortis tries to go in and he manages to take out the Barley, but an even trade with some assistance from the Penny on Spen's team. Piper going to use the super to open up the map, which is exactly what you kind of try to do with a Piper on this map, opening it up so people can't take refuge behind it. As well as this team, Spen's team is really good with walls, with the Barley as well as the mortar placement. So really good on the Piper's side of things, managing to take the lead with probably some of that move. But of course, Surge comes in to fight. It's almost like the Piper forgot that there was a Surge in the match. He won his lane, so then Spen could help out in the mid, taking out the Piper and securing the lead. Now, one thing is for certain, when you're playing in gem grab, especially as a Piper mid, stuff like that can happen a lot, right? You're really, really squishy. So you never want to throw in the towel. You just play your control-based chip damage, try to hold down your lanes, try to find an opportunity to take out the Piper like Spen did there, and all is fine. So Penny dropping down that mortar. We got the countdown. The enemy team can't gather enough gems to offset the timer, and we're all set and ready to go for another rank 35 man. Surge off the list. Let's get into the next one. So the next brawler to be added in the group of 10 rank 35s for Spen here in the season is Sandy, another brawler that I feel like you can kind of fit into a lot of different team comps, right? In a lot of different game modes as well. Sandy really, really good in Brawl Ball, which is why Spen taking him into Brawl Ball and on this map as well, being able to drop down those sandstorms, keeping that constant chip damage going. I'm assuming he's using the first star power on Sandy. And off to the races, which with a really, really good team comp as well. Always rocking that Surge on your team, especially in Brawl Ball. Surge is amazing in Brawl Ball for that chip damage. The only thing that's bad about Surge in this game mode is you lose your tiers when you die, right? But most of the time in Brawl Ball, there's a lot of action, right? People are in your face trying to take you out and things like that, so it's not too difficult to get to your stages, which you'll see from the Surge playing on their team. So off to the early goal there, the Nita using the gadget to stop the ball and the momentum, but dropping the ball with the spin on it just goes right in. And Spen's team is now pressuring really, really well. Jackie, Primo, and Nita don't stand a chance against these guys. I feel like they're just on another level. I feel like these rank 35 matches on the final match just doesn't seem to phase them. Where as opposed to like me, if I were in this situation, I'd be shaking in my boots, making issues or making problems, not playing super well, but easily managing to score that final goal. And I got another one off the list. Rank 35, Spen on a roll. Let's get into number 5. Okay, guys, so moving along to Brawl Ball once again, but this time the 5th rank 35 for Spen here is going to be Barley, which is another reason why I really enjoyed his grind this season going for rank 35s, because he's not using like all of the best brawlers, right? He had to push some of the like questionable brawlers in the meta and like fit it in and try to make it work, and he did an excellent job doing so. So, Spen's team, we got a Mr. P, a Surge, and a Barley, of course, using the 2 best brawlers in the game, or up there in the top 3, right? We also have, who's the 3rd? We also got, why am I forgetting? Galil. Galil's the only one missing, but we got the top 2, the big kings in the meta on the team, and we're up against a Jackie, a Bo, and a Primo. So things are going just fine here. Nothing crazy happening, but the Surge on Spen's team managed to get to his final tier, and that's how you know things are going to go awry for the enemy team. We're slowly pushing up. Spen is on the upper third of the map, which is exactly what you want. Then once you kill like 1 or 2 people, you can find an opening. Looks like Surge trying to make his way in there, and he looks like he's going to be able to with the help of Mr. P rolling in, sacrificing that final stage, which is exactly what you love to see with a Surge, someone who isn't afraid to die and lose that stage. One of the biggest pet peeves that I have with Surges, especially in like randoms when I got one on my team, is when they like refuse to help out because they don't want to die and lose their stages. So definitely playing good with these good players on Spen's team. So nothing crazy coming from Spen, but that's what you come to expect with a Barley. Just that chip damage in the back. You try not to die, just offer as much support as you can and rely on your teammates to help out as well. Just keeping it so they can't heal up, so that your teammates can finish off the person that you're going for, and things are rocking and rolling. So here we go. Surge has the ball. I believe he has some gadgets left. We can make some cool plays with that. Slowly trying to chip down the enemy teammates. Tries to go for a little trick shot action there. Spen trying to take some initiative to score the goal. But of course, Barley isn't necessarily a great ball scorer, and the enemy team just refuses to let them score this ball, which the tenacity, you gotta appreciate it. So here we go. Surge got the ball, trying to super it in, but either way, keeping the pressure up here in the back. It's hard for the enemy team to even score, let alone leave their side, their spawn, with a Surge pressuring in and everything. But to top it off, they managed to score in the end and getting Barley to rank 35. Let's continue. These are so much fun to watch. High level gameplay, love it. Okay guys, so the next one is Bo, and I love this gameplay because it just shows you how unique Snake Prairie's meta is. Most of the time you have a Tara in the back, you got a Bo chilling in the back with the gadget, you got the Piper with the newest gadget to bend the shots, and you just try to farm Tara supers and try to make plays with clutch moments in the very end. But Spen's team is really pressuring hard here, kind of flirting with danger, getting really, really low. Curse getting in there with Tara, not phased whatsoever, using super there with Piper, jumping away, and we managed to get the very first kill. And I believe they pressured super hard because the enemy team got that bounty, right? That very first bounty, so they wanted to get the kill, and then they get off to the races. The traditional Snake Prairie tactics that we have here, which you're seeing Spen is trying to do right now, placing the mines in the top left-hand corner, and then using another super, trying to open up each corner of the sides, right? Each side, so that people can't sneak into your spawn. So it's basically just trying to take initiative to get ahead in the beginning and then hold down your lanes so you know exactly where they are when you open that side up. But we're meeting some problems here. The enemy team managing, one, to kill Cursed with that super from the Tara, and then the Piper going down with 4 bounty. And now we're not in the lead. It is 6-7. Piper opening up that other side, which is exactly what we were talking about before. And now we got to make a little bit of a clutch play here. Cursed juicing up his super in the back. I don't know if Piper has any more gadgets in the chamber, which is really good on Snake Prairie, but they're going in together. Spend for the vision. Cursed with the super, trying to make one clutch final play. In the end, we got Piper on the back burner, maybe trying to find an opportunity, using super to get away. And here we go, Cursed going in with the super. He manages to pull the Piper, getting the kill with 5 seconds left on the board, but we have to protect Cursed if he goes down. Oh my goodness. Taking the lead in the very end. That's one reason why I really like Bounty. It can be a little bit stale towards the middle, but then at the end it's always crazy. But let's get into the next one. Okay, guys, so next is Karl here, playing once again in Brawl Ball. You can tell Spen is a big fan of Brawl Ball. Just for the quick matches, the consistent games, if you and your teammates are comfortable in the game mode, it's definitely a great game mode to play in. You can get those 1-minute matches, and it makes for fast wins. So Spen walking the ball in nice and easy with the full team wipe right away in the beginning. We got a Spike, a Karl, and a Surge for our team up against a Tara, a Surge, and a Jackie. Looks like they're kind of giving up there. Maybe it's some people that they know. They gave them a little run for their money in the beginning, tried a bit in the beginning, but then kind of submitting. The difference in power. But a very, very fast match for his final game. I bet you the matchmaking was like 5 times as long as that game itself. But another one off the list. So next is Galil. And of course, Galil, one of the top 3 in the meta. A crazy good brawler to play with. And we have the toxic, the amazing team comp here in the game. A Mr. P, a Surge, and a Galil. So good. Very hard to go up against in any game mode here. I swear, you could probably play this comp on probably every single game mode in Brawl Stars. But Spen taking the initiative, taking out the person in his lane, which was Sandy, and now we're pressuring. I feel like we're starting to get used to seeing Spen and his teammates play in the top 3rd of our Brawl Ball matches, just kind of working it. Using the super there to push away the Tara to open the goal and scoring the very first goal nice and easy. Spen going back to his right lane, duking it out against a Sandy over there. And to be honest, this is not like the best situation for Spen there going up against the Sandy. The Sandy has the better wall position to poke damage, but with the help of the Robo Porters, it kind of makes Sandy's positioning awkward. So Spen, along with the Robo Porters, easily able to take down the Sandy and control his lane. Sandy trying to use his gadget over there, but not managing to do so. Surge and Mr. P taking the initiative. Spen using his super to push the Mr. P, or the Surge, and the Mr. P up against the wall, stunning him, and once again stunning him. Galil is just amazing. It's so quick to get your supers. It's so recyclable. So, my goodness. Another one off the board. Galil, one of the easier ones in this grind, I'm assuming. But let's continue, guys. We only got a few more left. It's not a few more left, because this is the final game that we have, and that is Max here. Max, really good in Brawl Ball, especially if you got these good brawlers on your team, a Galil and a Surge. Guys, they weren't messing around. They're using the best tools in their arsenal to get these rank 35s. You gotta, if you're going for 10 in a season. But there we go, looking like Surge able to snipe out the very first goal. 1-0. Things are looking just fine, and we're not up against an easy comp, right? 2 Surges and a Karl. It's pretty tricky once you start getting multiple Surges in a game, especially once they start getting to their stages, their tiers. But taking a look at Max, I feel like Max isn't amazing in the meta. Depends on who you got on your team. More of a supportive character, using your supers to speed your brawlers up in Brawl Ball. But guys, I've been really enjoying Max. She's kind of shooting up on my favorites when it comes to the brawlers in the game. It reminds me a lot of Colt, right? Lining up your shots with your movement. It's a lot of fun. But here we go, managing to score the goal very, very easily. Man, it doesn't even look like rank 35 gameplay. These guys are on another level. It is insane, but that makes 10 marked off in one season. But yeah, guys, that is it for the grind in today's video. Once again, a huge props to Spen. I can't even fathom how much time and dedication that took. It looked very, very easy in the matches that we saw, but if you take into account all the matchmaking time, the countless hours trying to organize a team comp, thinking about all that back end stuff, I'm sure it took forever, an entire season, probably playing a lot each day. So man, he deserves everything right now. It's absolutely insane. But yeah, guys, hopefully you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to slap a like on it. I'd very, very much so appreciate that. And with that being said, make sure to keep having fun with Brawl Stars. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll see you all in the next video. Peace out, you guys.